welcome to the US Sports. Lots to talk about tonight. Lionel Messi, the GOAT, is in India. He's in Kolkata at the moment, and we're bringing you all of the updates when it comes to that. But on the other hand, you're also looking forward to the third T20I between India and South Africa. The series is leveled 1-1, but at this point, the question is, will India continue on with the experimentations? Joining me for the show is Bharat Ramraj, Shomik Chakrabarti, and Rohit Juglan and Shubhayan Chakrabarti will also join us soon. Starting with you, we'll talk about Messi a little later and we'll show all the visuals that we've got coming in from Kolkata. But at the same time, 30-20I, not that important of a series to win, but what you want to do in this series is solidify your playing 11 before you go into the World Cup. Your thoughts?
This question is for me, Gagi.
Bharat.
Yeah, I also didn't hear when he said took my name. Anyway, see, as
Guys,
far as the
never
Indian
hear me say the name.
as far as the Indian team is concerned, see, they have some problems, as we know. Somewhere at the top of the order, Shubman Gill is not scoring too many runs. Maybe he has to expand his game, branch out his game a little bit in T20 cricket, because I feel his one go-to shot is that coming down the track, trying to clear the infield. Maybe he has to look at the bit of a 360-degree batting. And then obviously Surya Kumar Yadav is struggling. So he's another problem for the Indian team. When your captain is not doing well, then it is a problem. And then also you look at maybe the bowling as well. Somewhere I felt that Jasprit Bumrah is somewhere not at his absolute best, though you can say that he really didn't snap his back because it's a bilateral series and he can easily in the next game go and snap his back a lot more and get a lot more wickets. But I still feel that he's a bit cautious with all those back injuries. He's a little bit cautious compared to what he was maybe 6, 8, 10 months ago. So there are problems in the top order. There are problems even when it comes to a little bit of bowling, and they continue with their experimentation. And then you also think about Shivam Dube. Yes, question marks will be coming up against him in terms of whether he's good enough as a batter, because I think his what can you say, his power packed shots against spin are not what it used to be. At least it feels that way, that there was a time when Shivam Dube could smash all kinds of spinners, but that is not the case now. Nowadays, though his bowling has improved a lot. So India have some problems going into the World Cup suddenly. But it could be a matter of maybe one innings for someone like Surya Kumar Yadav, one innings for Shubman Gill to come back to form. But having said that, especially with Surya Kumar Yadav and Shubman Gill, sorry, they both have to get some runs.
Shomik, at this point, you know that the labels of captain, vice captain is a shield for both Surya Kumar Yadav and Shubman Gill. More so Shubman Gill at this point, because Surya Kumar Yadav has proved himself as a captain as well. So it is all but sure that the management will give him, a longer rope or more time to get back into rhythm. And that's what Ryan and Doshkate and the other management have been saying as well. But for that same reason, every time you state the fact that that is how it is, that a vice captain and a captain will not be dropped 2 months ahead of a World Cup, there is an uproar in within the public that it should be Sanju Samson who should come in and open the innings alongside Abhishek Sharma. But we know for a fact that Shubman Gill is not going anywhere.
Uh, Gargi, the fact of the matter is that it's not a shield for Shubman Gill. Whatever ran Tin Doshkata doesn't take decisions to start with. And I have just filed a copy, which will be published later in the day, talking to an insider, that Shubman Gill skates on thin T20IIs. I mean, he is not undroppable to start with. Surya Kumar Yadav, just 8 more matches to go before the T20 World Cup. Changing your captain, and that would be pressing the panic button at this moment in time. That is not an option. But Shubman Gill would be playing the next 3 matches to save his place in the T20I side. It's not that capable. Alternatives are waiting outside, and I have spoken to an insider, and after checking and cross-checking, I have filed this story. So the fact of the matter is that he would be playing to save his place in the T20I side, because Sanju Samson is sitting out and Yashasvi Jaiswal is there among the standbys. So all said and done, See, Surya Kumar Yadav this year, circa 2025, he has scored at an average of 14 and his strike rate has dropped to in the region of 120s. Shubman Gill, after coming back to the fold, after coming back to the T20I fold, he has scored at an average of 23 and his strike rate is in the 130s. So, and there was a period when India won 11 of their 14 T20I matches when Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson were opening and Shubman Gill wasn't part of the setup. So, from that point of view, Shubman Gill, vice captaincy, I can confirm, doesn't insulate him from the job. He will have to raise his game. Otherwise, there are other options available.
रोहित आपका क्या कहना है what are your have you spoken to anyone about the Gill situation? What is the management thinking at this point? Because in that press conference Ryan clearly defended Shubman Gill, said that there's a lot of potential. You look at his IPL stats and we want someone like him to be backed. What are your people saying?
No, actually, I didn't had any kind of conversation with anyone as far as Shubman Gill or Surya Kumar Yadav is concerned. But as Shamikda rightly said, it's not under the pay grade of Rant and Descarte that he'll decide. Yes, and he has that only answer that yes, we can believe in Surya Kumar Yadav and Shubman Gill, and that's why they've been given this much longer rope. You talk about 20 games, 18 games. When you talk about a Sanju Samson or when you talk about someone who's trying to make a place in this team, I don't think you will give that particular individual this much games, 15 games, 20 games. And it's not only about them not scoring, it's also about that's your top order in T20. If your top order is not scoring runs, it will all come down to the lower order. And as we have discussed this, I think day before yesterday also in our Hindi show, that the strike rate of Shivam Dube against spinners, it's not the similar one, where we always say that, oh, in front of best of spinners, you can come up with a Shivam Dube and he will launch them out of the park. It's not the same case anymore. What Bharat also told, few minutes ago, that his form into the IPL, into the second half of the IPL, it's kept on diminishing, and now whatever we are remember of Shivam Dube in Asia Cup is that first over in the final match. That's where when Surya gave us that interview, he said that yes, Gautam Gambhir, the head coach, have complete belief in Shivam Dube's bowling abilities. So yes, as far as bowler Shivam Dube is concerned, you can see certain growth, but as far as batter Shivam Dube is concerned, I think he at this point of time is not someone who we can say that, oh, he's a clean hitter and he's a clear cut smasher. So the problem comes from the top order only, that if not Abhishek Sharma, if you take the wicket of Abhishek Sharma, there is no one to score runs from the top. So I think as Shamikda rightly said, that it could be the case very much that next 3 games it will be all do or die kind of situation for Shubman Gill also, because then you have last 5 matches remaining from T20 World Cup, and you don't want to go into a home World Cup with 2 of your 1, 2, 3, 4 players not in a good form. And I remember Shubhanda telling this stat that Tilak Verma also, if you look at his strike rate in this year, yes, the last game he played really well, but if you see the complete 2025, his numbers are also not giving you that kind of confidence. So top 3, 4, 5, apart from Hardik Pandya and Abhishek Sharma, who's the guy who's giving you confidence at this point of time? I think that's the biggest question, Gargi.
Digressing from the cricket conversation a little bit, because very interesting 2 comments here. Shuayan is Messi, Shomik is Ronaldo. Okay.
I'm happy to be a Marcus Rashford.
But Shuban,
अभी फिलहाल no comments on Messi.
No,
Yeah.
I think Gargi, both Shubhayan and me will take this as a badge of honor. Messi and Ronaldo, 2 of the greatest players in the history of the game, so we take this as a badge of honor.
Absolutely.
One similarity between Shamikda and Ronaldo, both have no tattoos.
Yes, absolutely.
What a similarity. Wow. Uh,
Although before you go to Shubhan, I'm not a big Messi fan. I'm telling you because I still feel the heart. Because of him, we couldn't win that Champions League final at the Wembley. So I still feel the heart, and that is the reason I'm not a big Messi fan. Never
Good
will be.
header. Good header.
but Shubham, tell us your thoughts when it comes to Gill. But also at the same time, we finally gotten a confirmation from GeoStar, the official broadcasters or who hold the media rights for the next 4 years when it comes to the cricket cycle. But important press, that press release coming out because there were a lot of reports saying that they will exit the deal before the World Cup and all of that. But give our viewers a little bit of details on how that all happened.
No, I don't think that was anywhere in the cards that they would exit before the World Cup. Yes, there was a report, but that felt very unrealistic. Even if you have the strictest of contracts, if you have everything jotted in pen and paper, also it is very unrealistic for a major sponsor broadcast organization to move just 1 month or 2 months out before the T20 World Cup. That was never going to happen. What can happen going forward? Yes, they have given a press release, but there can be back channel negotiations as to put a realistic number to the ongoing deal. I'm not talking about Amazon, Netflix, other broadcasters coming into the picture as of now, but there could be something in the back channel negotiation to put that numbers to a realistic number now, given that real money gaming has been banned, etc., etc. Sponsorship money has taken a bit of dip. So in that regard, I'm not a business person that in that way, but whatever I know of how cricket broadcasting ecosystem works, there could be back channel negotiation. You won't see any exits between the deal, but even we might never come to know if there's a correction in terms of money and what kind of money GeoStar is paying to the ICC for their tournaments. It might never come to light as well. But there's a bit of possibility of that happening once this T20 World Cup comes to a conclusion. There will be a bit of time during the IPL as well, where these parties can sit and have a negotiation as to what kind of receipt. It will depend on how the group stage valuation comes into the picture, because not a lot of big teams are facing against big teams. T20 is your money format, and if some teams, like if England versus Italy are playing, Bangladesh and Italy are playing, or something like that, that those numbers will define what could be the future of both this broadcast deals in terms of numbers, in terms of valuation. If the numbers are really bad, then even ICC will have to come to a realistic number and budge to the numbers that GeoStar is giving, the correction money that is. So let's see. There's a bit of time. Yes, Shamik, there you want to say something?
Shubhan, you finish. After that, I will come in. Please, you
But that's
please.
it. That's it.
Gargi, I just want to add a little bit more because Shubhan is absolutely, he nailed it talking about the back channel negotiations. See, simple maths. In the current cycle, Star gives 114 crore per game for an IPL match and 138 crore for a game in the ICC tournament. So it is not sustainable. Simple. It is not sustainable given that you have seen there is a sharp decline in the brand value of the IPL over the last 15 odd months. There is a sharp decline in the brand value of the IPL, and also as regards the ICC tournaments, when India and Pakistan are not playing against each other, or during the business end of the tournament when India are facing Australia and England or big teams in the knockout stages, eyeballs are less. So from that point of view, it is at this moment when this deal happened between Disney Star and BCCI. Geo was not a party to it. Geo, and a reason why Disney left, because they thought and they felt it is not sustainable, and that was definitely part of the conversation when the handover happened, when the takeover happened, when Geo took it from Disney. But given the assessment, 114 crore per IPL game and 138 crore for an ICC. I mean, for a match in the ICC at the ICC events is absolutely not sustainable. There would be they are not going. I mean, they are not severing ties. That's for sure. As Shuvan very rightly said, they are not severing ties. It will be there, but there will be back channel negotiations to um, to make this deal a bit more logical or sustainable in terms of commerce, in terms of economics. Shubhan is absolutely spot on.
Yeah. Final 5 minutes on the show. We've got Satvik Bagaria saying when a player like Alistair Cook, who was captain of England team, was removed from the team before the ODI World Cup 2015 for not scoring runs and losing two ODI series, why can it not happen with Gill and Sky? Well, that's precisely what Shomik also said, that when it comes to Gill, at least that the vice captain tag is no shield.
Yeah, with Gill, I agree, but not exactly a good comparison in the sense that Alistair Cook was never one of England's better batters. So, them removing Alistair Cook and bringing in Ian Morgan as captain actually helped England team. Here, you like it or not, especially when it comes to Surya Kumar Yadav. He has been one of India's gun batters in T20 cricket for a while. So, I don't think the comparison is right. And it's slightly easier to remove vice captain.
And, and Bharat, is he your best T20I captain as per win percentage? I think so.
Yeah, so Surya Kumar Yadav is a very good captain as well. You don't even need to look at the percentage, because Surya Kumar Yadav comes across as a captain who trusts his players. The players seem to believe in him. So I don't think it's the right comparison, because England were losing then in one day cricket. They had to make a change because of that. Alistair Cook also was not scoring runs, and it turned out really well for them because Ian Morgan went on to take England to towering heights. But in this case, with Surya Kumar Yadav, India are winning, and is also was one of your top players at least a year or so ago. But having said that, with Shubman Gill, it's slightly easier because he's the vice captain. And also, if you look at his T20 record, I'm not saying it's ever bad, but still he's not reached the heights that everyone expected him to. So I think it's easier to drop someone like Shubman Gill.
Rohit, the other question here is a lot of people debating, and it's a valid debate. Sanju Samson versus Rinku Singh. Rinku Singh has overall better numbers, but what are your thoughts when it comes to that position?
So I think first of all, if you are placing Rinku Singh versus Sanju Samson, I think for that place it will be always Rinku Singh for me. If you have to give opportunities to Sanju Samson, give him right at the top, and that's why I'm saying that these three games from here onwards. Because if you see what happening was just before the Asia Cup, it was always about Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson, and they were not bad as T20 openers. They were not bad. So when you started this new opening combination with Asia Cup, okay, so Asia Cup happened, then after Asia Cup the India Australia series happened, then after that this particular series at this point of time is going on, and we have a lot of games under the belt just to compare that what's Abhishek and Sanju doing, what Abhishek and Sanju were doing, and then what Abhishek and Gill were doing. We can totally come up with the numbers, with the run rate, the power play run rate I'm talking about here, because that's the most important thing in T20 cricket, that how much and how far you can go as far as the first 6 overs are concerned. So if you want to compare Sanju Samson, compare his numbers with Shubman Gill and not with Rinku Singh, because that won't be right for Sanju Samson only, because he hasn't played a lot of games as far as that number is concerned. And Rinku, from the time he debuted for India, he played all of his cricket. His IPL position was similar, so it will be not fair as far as the comparison is concerned. So if you want to compare, if you want someone in the middle order or the lower middle order role, bring in a Sanju Samson. If you are not happy with what happening right at the top of the order, then you can give chance to Sanju Samson, but not right to compare Sanju Samson and Rinku Singh, Gargi.
I'm sorry, did I say Sanju Samson? I wanted to say Shivam Dube. Shivam Dube versus Rinku.
Oh, yeah. You said.
Yeah.
So
I would
no,
also,
so
yeah.
at this point of time, obviously, utility-wise, you always need someone like a Shivam Dube because he can bowl you those, tight. And at this point of time, yes, he can do not really well, but he can do good with the ball. He was not the same Shivam Dube we've been seeing from last 1 year. From last 6 months, 5 to 6 months, and especially that Asia Cup performance given him a lot of confidence. Before that, also, I remember asking this question to Mone Mokal, I think, and he said that yes, I had shared some plans with Shivam Dube, and I'm working, as far as how we can make Shivam Dube a better T20 bowler. So yes, in last 5 to 6 months, there've been, a incline as far as Shivam Dube, the bowler, is concerned, but it all comes down to the main role of Shivam Dube. He's not playing in this Indian team because he can bowl well. He's playing in this Indian team because he can bat well. And the X factor thing, which gave him that ticket to T20 World Cup 2024, was that he can hit spinners at any given point of time. And his strike rate, especially against spinners. So at this point of time, if you compare both Shivam Dube and Rinku Singh, I think Rinku will be a better bet. Yes, a year ago, 12 months, 15 months ago, Shivam Dube definitely was a better bet. And that's why, team picked him for the T20 World Cup 2024. And his innings in that final can give you a sense that, yes, what Indian team was thinking while picking Shivam Dube. And at that point of time, my only concern towards Rinku Singh is that KKR didn't give him that proper opportunity that he can express himself. He was batting at number 7. He was not batting somewhere around 5 or maybe at 6. He was batting too late in that batting order. So that's why there were a lot of reports after that Team India selection in T20 World Cup 2024 that how much ball Rinku Singh have played in that particular IPL and how much ball Shivam Dube played in that particular IPL. And Shivam Dube played more than double amount of deliveries than Rinku Singh. And both of the batters, if you exactly compare their batting position before the 2024 IPL, it's always somewhere around 5 to 6, 5 to 6. But in that particular IPL 2024, I'm talking about, look at where Rinku Singh batted, and that's why they obviously picked Shivam Dube. So I think at this point of time, if you compare between the both, Shivam can do good with the ball, and Rinku, yes, he has tried his hand in that Sri Lanka T20I. Apart from that, in many of the games in the UP T20 league also, but he's not your even a part timer at this point of time, but he's at this point of time a better batter than Shivam Dube.
All right, final question to you, Shubhayan. I was going to ask you, in the next T20, what experiments are you expecting to see? Are you seeing any changes in the playing 11 or the experiments that we've seen for number 3 position? Anyone else who's going to get a
No,
try?
no, I don't think there will be any changes whatsoever. It's the series is locked at 1-1. I think you will give another go for the same playing 11. As Shramik said about Shubman Gill riding on thin ice, but he will. I'm pretty sure he will get all the 5 matches here. Let's see whether remaining 3 matches in this series, and let's see whether they manage to fit in Sanju Samson in the top of the order. I don't think so. There's any space left in the top 4 at least. And below that, I really don't see Sanju Samson play in the playing 11. So if you have to fit him in, then it has to be in the top 4. But it's either Shubman Gill or Sanju Samson, straight as there. But in terms of playing 11 changes, I'm not seeing anything whatsoever. And Dharamshala, you will have pacers. Spin also gets a bit of assistance, but yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Okay. Shomik, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, I just, before we call time on this show, Gargi, I am going back to that Ronaldo and Messi analogy and Shubhan and me. So just wanted to say that if me or Shubhan had the talent that that their toenails had, Messi or Ronaldo, the talent their toenails have, if we had that, we would have had a very good career in the ISL with lucrative
But
contracts.
ISL is not, it's not taking place now. What would we have
No,
done? We would have
no,
posted Instagram stories
not
requesting
this year.
government, requesting officials to, start the league.
No, Shubha, not this year's IPL. But by now, if we had the talent that toenails have, by now we had a very good ASL career with lucrative contract.
शामिक दा तो अभी
that's
तक
why.
रिटायर हो चुके होते ना, शामिक दा रिटायर हो
Huh?
चुके होते अभी तक, शामिक दा आप तो रिटायर हो चुके होते अभी तक।
No, I will
शुभांग
draw
दा कहीं
inspiration
स्पोर्टिंग
from
लिस्बन के लिए खेलने की सोच
सऊदी
रहे
लीग
होते,
में खेल रहे होते अभी, सऊदी लीग में खेल रहे होते।
अल नसर।
Okay. All right. On that note, we'll take your leave. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And to everyone who's watching, stay tuned. We have lots more coming throughout the day. Thank you.